Hello friends from beautiful Vietnam. I'm here at the beach to talk about drumming and solitude and the sorrow and the pity. You see that guy way off in the distance over there? I don't know if you can see him. But anyway, this is the beach I come to pretty much every morning for about well, a couple of months now. It's very quiet at this time, and there's a bunch of palm trees right there where you can sit and just fall asleep. Everybody just falls asleep over there, and including that guy over there. What's my point? That guy is here by himself every morning. He's the prototypical loner beach guy. Super tan. I mean, you know, weird, which is weird because Vietnamese people don't like to get tan. But he's totally tan from head to toe, I guess. And he's here every morning by himself. He has a routine. He swims, and then he goes to sleep over there by the palm trees. Now, why do I talk about him? Because in a way, you know, as a drummer, there are so many times where you're completely isolated from the world. It's a lot of isolation. When I think of the days and days and years I spent, you know, as a kid practicing in my room, and you know, I'd go in there in the morning and come out at night. Days and years went by. That type of solitude, it's got to be built into you in the form of loving what you do so much that you'd rather do that than be social. You know, I guess the same thing goes for that gentleman over there. Now he's just waiting in the pool, in the ocean. By the way, this is so beautiful to swim in. The water is warm and it's just amazing. He's always alone, that guy. There's something spiritual about that. Now, this particular guy, I've watched him a lot, right? The only thing, I lost respect for him one day when I was standing nearby him one day, and these really beautiful girls walked by, and he was standing there and he put his sunglasses on and he stared at them like I mean, they say, "You're the girls." He was just like staring at them the whole way. Now, I think somebody who's truly at peace, you know, is not going to do that. Maybe I'm wrong, you know, but I certainly don't gawk at women like that. I just don't find it interesting. I mean, you know, there's beautiful women out there. I guess when you're surrounded by beautiful women all the time, it wears off on you. If it just, you feel like, okay, whatever, after a while. But you know, that's the day I kind of lost respect for him. He was completely, you know, lost his marbles on those girls. There's another incident though of running into these loner type guys in Sardinia. It happened in Sardinia, Italy. I was in the, you know, island of Sardinia. There's these kind of like a cliff where a lot of people, you know, tourists go to see if they could cliff dive or whatever. And so one time there's this Russian guy. He thought he was real macho, and he was, you know, he went step by step. You know, first he dove off the little cliff, then the medium, then the super high one, right? And so he dives off the super high one, and he's like falling, pow, you know. And his face, he was like this the whole time, just like scared the whole way down, right? But he came out of there and he thought he was a super macho shit, you know? So we're sitting there. After a while, this guy who looks like a total, complete hippie out of a movie, with kind of like a diaper bathing suit on, you know, like the ones you see in India, had super long hair, all gray hair, you know. There's the guy, by the way. He had super gray hair and super long. I wish I had that hair, damn. So he goes all the way to the highest cliff, right? He does some kind of yoga, breathing, meditation type of stuff, like for a few minutes, and then he jumps off that thing, like flips and curves, and I mean, super like a cliff diver, professional guy. It was amazing, right? Utterly amazing. And we're all just going, whoa, what the fuck? And then he climbed up back up to the high cliff and just sat there, you know, lotus pose for, it must have been 40 minutes. He just sat there, unperturbed by the tourists or whatever. And that is pretty insane to me, to have that kind of composure and that kind of control over your emotions, body, whatever. That's pretty interesting because of how it relates to drumming. When I see a great drummer, I mean, I'm not talking about gospel chops guy with all these chops. That to me, the gospel chops thing is just ridiculous. It's a bunch of, you know, 30-second notes and sequenced patterns. I just don't see the thrill. I'm talking about guys that are really masters of the craft. You know, play styles, read, play anything. I mean, that's a whole other bag, man. That is a whole other bag. Not a one-trick pony. I mean, to really have the discipline of like a Vinny or whatever, that takes an extraordinary amount of control, effort, and discipline, and solitude. I mean, can you imagine the solitude, the hours of practicing? If you're not predisposed to solitude, that would just be impossible. I know guys that just can't handle the solitude at all. They can't handle it. They have to get out, they have to talk to people, and, you know, before you know it, like 2 hours of sitting there having a coffee with another guy, and then go back and practice half an hour. It's never gonna work, right? That's not gonna cut it in the grown-up world, the real world, right? You gotta have a love of what you're doing so deep that the solitude doesn't bother you. Another thing we talked about, I was mentioning, was the sorrow. So the sorrow is, you know, especially if you're a late bloomer, kind of like me, you know, you're gonna hit your 30s, you're playing, and you're gonna see maybe your friends buying houses, getting married. Wow, the ocean is so beautiful today, man. Maybe it's too noisy, but you're gonna see them getting married and having kids, and they got a new car, and you're sitting there schlepping gear, another $100 gig, or maybe $25 playing jazz somewhere. And your friends are all moving forward, and they're, you know, becoming doctors and lawyers and whatever, and you're sitting there, you know, getting home at 3 in the morning, schlepping your gear back in your pad or whatever, and you're going, what the hell am I doing with my life? You know, that's when the sorrow comes in. Believe me, I've been there. I've watched my friends, even kind of harder to deal with. I've watched my friends become famous if they were actors or whatever. Even musicians, they have a hit and suddenly they're on tour, and you know, suddenly they've got a lot of money and they're buying a new house. You know, that can be tough. That can wear on you. But what do? You just gotta keep plugging. You gotta have a love of drumming that is so strong that you can plug through all that and ignore it and just say to yourself, you know, this is what I was born to do, no matter what the consequences. Keeping your eye on the prize, keeping firmly entrenched in your beliefs. You know, that, I mean, that's what I did. The only thing I can think of. Sure, there are small rewards here and there, and maybe even those friends that are super rich, and they're gonna maybe come to your gig and be real impressed. Oh my God, that was amazing. Blah, 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 blah. Then you go home and, you know, your shitty apartment and your shitty car. They go home to their luxury. So there is that. You just have to, you know, you have to deal with it. The pity part. The pity part is just, I've seen so many times. It didn't happen to me, but I've seen many of my drummer friends become depressed, alcoholics or drug addicts. They just can't take it, you know. The reward of music is just not strong enough for them to overcome drug addiction or, you know, things like that. Alcoholism, I've seen it ruin so many guys, you know, wasted so many years on that kind of stuff. Just pity, you know. A lot of them pulled through, other cats died. You know, I'm not gonna say any names, obviously. It's respect for the cats that passed away, but it happens. I guess the point of this whole thing is, you know, I see a guy like that loner guy here. I think it takes an unbelievable strength, amount of strength to do that, to be isolated. Even the latest studies, you know, and longevity and lifespan and blah blah, say that you have to be very well socially integrated to have a long life and healthy life, you know. So those are things you have to consider. Got some people around me. Anyway, I hope your love of drumming will pull you through whatever it is, whatever challenges you have in life, as it did for me. And that's the biggest reason to play, in my humble opinion. Not because of the fame, if you become famous. Not because of the money, if you make money at drumming. But because some drummers who have endured have the capacity to enjoy what they do at a level that I haven't seen in many other careers at all. It's truly amazing to watch, and it keeps them young, you know. Of course, I've had friends with health issues, even me. You think, you know, I don't talk about it. There's things going on in the background, but drumming helped me pull through tremendously. You guys have no idea. It's almost like a cure, you know, a therapy. I mean, you guys know, drumming is a deep therapy, especially when you're way into the instrument and the art of it. It's amazing. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about this because I've been feeling inspired by that guy, the loner guy. Am I the loner guy too? Because I'm here every day by myself. I'm not the loner guy. You know why? Because I've been gigging around here in Vietnam, and in the act of gigging, in the process, you meet a lot of people and they come up to you and they, oh my God, wow, blah 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 blah, right? So you're not totally socially isolated. You get invited to dinners, you get, you know, so it's a different story. I do enjoy my solitude. Oh, there's a helicopter coming. Sorry. Just let the helicopter go by. I do enjoy my solitude very much. And these mornings here have become like a meditation in themselves. I'll do like what the loner guy does. I'll come and swim. You see there's these ropes here. I don't know if you can see that, but there's designated swimming areas actually. And I'll try to do 10 laps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that, 10 every morning to stay in shape. I've kind of stopped the gym for a while. I had a minor injury, but so now I've taken up swimming like this every morning. It's just spectacular. And then I go over there under the palm trees and take a nap. It's amazing, amazing. You know, the breeze, the shade, the sound of the sea. Amazing. And then playing at night. What more could you ask for? What more could you ask for? Okay, folks. I hope everybody's doing well, and I wish you the best of health, no matter where you are. Stay healthy, because that's everything. If we don't have that, we don't have anything else. Keep drumming, and see you soon.